Hello, the log of Lacadian, April 15th, 2020. Here we are in Grenada, Woburn Bay, on our boat Lacadian. And while we have still remained in lockdown, we've been able to re-provision. We've got a pretty good supply of food. Even have some rum and wine to enjoy with our dinners or at sundowner. We've got sufficient water. And while I don't have the parts I need to get my solar charging system up to snuff and get all systems running, we're getting enough to get by, and we can supplement it by running a diesel engine with an alternator every day or so to put in a little more charge to the bank. One interesting thing is that we have primarily solar, and if you look over here you see a boat with a wind generator, and actually quite a number of boats have wind generators. What's interesting is that solar is certainly replacing, I think, wind generators because it's less expensive now and it's quiet. Well, the old wind generators used to be very, very loud, and there are times that you just didn't want to be in an anchorage next to someone with a wind generator that was whining all night long. A lot of these new wind generators are actually pretty quiet, and we're surprised how quiet some of them were. We had several around us. We weren't hearing any noises until about sometime last week. We started hearing sounds that sounded a lot like a wind generator with a bad bearing, and just whining and droning on, and it would vary with the wind speed, and when the wind would die it would kind of go away. And so yeah, not really sure whose generator it is, but yeah, it's not good. Well, that noise continued, and more places started to produce that same noise all around us. It's like, what in the world is going on here? A couple days ago, someone was flying a kite near us, and they had a noisemaker on it, and it produced the same sound that we had been hearing. So we said, so that's people flying kites. And I'd look over here, and I would see someone flying a kite, and I said, okay, so they're making the noise. Now, why are they flying kites like 24/7? And they're coming from all different locations. The other day, I was over at the marina there, and I was doing laundry. See, clean shirts. And when I was doing laundry, I walked around a little bit on their property, and I was hearing all this noise coming from land behind them, and thinking, why are so many people flying kites? Turns out, in Grenada, on Good Friday, there's a tradition to go out with the family and fly kites, and they like to attach noisemakers to them. And apparently a lot of these things get away from them and get stuck in trees. And when you can't go to a big park because of a lockdown and you're flying it from your yard, it greatly enhances the chances you're going to get it stuck in a tree. So what we've got now is a bay filled with noisemaker kites stuck in trees, whining constantly. It's like worse than the worse old days of when wind generators whined away all night. No, these things are out there screaming 24/7 like a bunch of angry mosquitoes, and it's quite an annoying sound, and it never stops unless the wind dies. So that's the status today. Eventually, I suspect the kites will come down or break up and fail, and the noises will stop. But in the meantime, we have this constant cacophony of whining kites in trees to keep us entertained endlessly. So we hope you guys are safe and staying safe and enjoying your time with each other alone, isolation. We will be continuing that ourselves through the 20th, and the government will probably open up some after that, and we'll see what we can do next.